Hello, people. Welcome to another episode on the podcast right here in the studios of Goofy Show or Goofy House. My name is Miss AJ, and today we're going to talk about something interesting, something educating and fun. But before that, let's go with introduction. My name is Miss AJ on my right.
And we came.
Richard.
Stephanie.
Okay, so I'm script.
Nah. Why are you guys not smiling? Why? You are looking good and you are not smiling. Why? All right, so let's move to business. We are going to talk about parenting. I said, I'm saying, about my say then. So we want to ask, I'm coming. Okay, so the question is, does parents have a decision to make on who their daughter or son brings home? Should your mom say something or have something to say, or your dad have something to say about the kind of person you are bringing to the house? I'll start with Jay.
Okay, so first of all, so far as they are our parents, okay, you know, they have that kind of responsibility over us, okay, of which, in as much as you have to leave their roof, definitely there's something that you, when you need, you go back to them. Exactly. So in the first place, they have that kind of right to know.
Stephanie.
Yeah, I think it's a yes. Parents have a say with who you bring home. Because, one, they have been there before and they know things more than you do. So, I think they can predict what's good and what's bad. And they know. I think they see. Yes, I think they have a say.
Who is not siding with it? Bobby, are you siding with that?
Kind of, but it's just a little percentage of that because they do have a say in who you bring home. You can't, as a boy, I can't come home with someone who is dressed like a stripper. Okay. Or someone who has, you know, in an African home, we don't really take things that are normal in the Western world. Yeah. So I can't come home with someone who has a lot of tattoos on her body. So yes, I think they do have a say in who you bring home.
Oh yes, as for me, I'll say yes and no. No, because you know, relationship is based on two people's affection. So the parent has to consider the child's feelings. If maybe the girl is not interested in the boy, and I know if they get into a relationship, that's chosen by their parents, I don't think they will be happy.
That's what you are taking. So you are taking the side of like a relationship, not like randomly bringing somebody in the house.
Yeah, Abi, when you bring the person to your parent, that means you definitely marry that person or you are going into a relationship with that person.
So you are talking about the relationship aspect, but it's not necessarily a relationship, but maybe somebody that you have like this, like a mere friend, and then you are bringing the person to the house. Do you think your mom should have a say about the kind of person you're bringing to the house?
Oh, yeah, sure. Because as my brother said, you can't just bring someone who dressed sharply to your parent. This one is my friend. Obviously, they will have to say something about it.
Okay, now.
Okay, so I'll say, if somehow I'll say yes, in some reasons I'll say no. Like Bobby said, your Ghanaians, African parents don't like how some people live. But then if it's a relationship, everything is on me. It is my relationship, not my mother's relationship. So she can't dictate. She can dictate for me. All she can say is, oh, make sure you bring someone that's morally upright, blah, 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 blah. And I know for sure I'm supposed to get someone who has, let me see,
but you know,
sense and stuff.
They've been there before. Right. So if they should tell you that, okay, so you shouldn't bring this kind of person or this type of person to the house, I think you should just follow what they say.
Let's say I bring someone home, the person's a dreadhead. Dreadhead, and you know, to Africans, or let's say I'm from a Ghana home, Ghana mother's perception, dreadhead, they are quite. But then this is the way he wants to style himself. This is how he has branded himself. Why should you have a problem with that?
Talking about
so not to forget this. You see, going into a house, okay, as a guy, or let's say, okay, let me use you for instance. You're taking a guy to your family, okay. Now, even one day, the guy is going to get married to you. Don't forget that the guy isn't only getting married to you, but together with your family.
Exactly.
If something should happen one day that the guy needs your family's help, and they didn't follow the right procedures, trust me, you wouldn't get that help.
You'll be lost.
So what do you think about them?
But then my parent doesn't want me to get married to this dreadhead or get into a
So he
relationship.
can't just cut off the dread.
Yeah, for love's sake, you can do that.
But you know,
But then
But
this is
you know some
I also
people
like
live by
it.
dreads.
It's just
You
normal.
can't-
I like
you
it.
know, you can convince your parents to like it.
No.
If he looks decent in it.
No.
In a way, you can convince
Let me use
parents to
Ochami
like it.
Kwame. Ochami Kwame some time ago had dreads. Okay. He had to cut it off and now be who he is just to marry the woman. And later on, if he wants to go back to dread, he just goes back to
See,
it.
that's love, actually.
So so he can take off the dreads.
Sure.
We get married and he starts his own
That-
thing again.
yeah.
But do you know that some people live by dreads? Looking at the incident that happened about the students
The
at
Achimota.
Achimota, he didn't cut his
So
dreads.
then when someone will say, cut your coat according to you.
But that's my side.
Yes, that's my
Yes.
side. But then my mother, let's say I'm a Gen Z baby.
I'm not sure the dread guy will go for someone whose family doesn't believe in him.
Yeah, sure.
Now I'm in dreads, and she said morally upright. You cannot judge me by the way I look
Exactly.
inside.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question.
I might be a very good person, but,
Yeah, but
maybe
you have
outside
dreads.
you think
I
I should
So-
know
Yeah.
or I
Yeah,
do
looks
that.
actually matter a
Yeah.
lot. So with the dreads, it must be very decent. When you see there are some dreads and then they look so awful, like very, very bad. And
Africa.
people really keep it so nice. But that you come and he's looking so presentable, everything is good. Man wouldn't say no.
yeah, but you know there are some parents that they support. They like it whether your daughter or your son is bringing up somebody
And they
that has
want
dreads.
to
Like,
make you
there are some
happy
people
too.
that they understand that aspect, and there are some like coming from a typical Ghanaian home. A typical.
So let's say I'm from this
Well, not-
typical Ghanaian home, and my mother doesn't want to accept the fact that I want to be with a
sometimes
dreadhead.
too, it's
Should I end
their
the
mind, how they
relationship?
side their mind.
Yes.
Because
They
it's like
feel-
community is having a lot of impact on
Yes,
people.
and they'll
Like,
be like, Obano, Nikunu, no, why any team person?
Exactly, so
Ade
you-
wa
So let me
Oshiana.
use someone as an example. Recently, I saw this. I don't know whether an actor or a pastor. His son has a dread, but he doesn't have a dread. What about that one?
so I think the man is okay. Since
Yes.
you
So
see, that's why
that
he-
means the guy's parent, the man's parents, wouldn't have been okay
Yes.
if it was their
Someone.
son. But the man is okay. That's his son, and he's
Yeah.
taking responsibilities of what his son.
his hand, yeah.
But so far as you're under their roof, forget about it.
And I think so far as you don't bring out any bad character, like the way community sees people that have dreadlocks as
What about characters?
like smoking, adding smoking,
But
some
no,
taking
for
drugs.
people to see. Some people smoke inside their rooms and not being seen outside.
It's
And
true,
then they are
though.
very cool.
Yeah,
I think that's
and they are
better.
cool.
You want to
And
see that
even
is even
there
better.
are Sakura men that smoke, take
Exactly.
drugs.
That's
For
right.
real. The hard ones.
So
So
why,
it's a
why
matter of
would you
judgment.
cut
So
it,
you can
cut it and
convince-
just marry
do
the
your-
girl?
the
You can,
person.
you know, you can
You were
actually
saying something
convince
like
your
you're
parents.
under their roof. Let's say I'm not under their roof, but then because I'm getting into a relationship and I need their consent, I'll
That
come.
makes it under their
Under
roof. I'm
their
not
roof.
saying
You know,
under
yeah,
their
under their
roof.
You are
Yeah,
going
that
to,
makes
you are,
sense.
he,
Okay,
he is
yeah.
the one going to ask for permission.
Yes.
You are not
And
the
then
one
they'll
going
be
to ask
there
for
to
permission.
accept the marriage. So, yes,
So your mom can be like,
So are you trying to say I should
Mental.
give up? And then me personally,
It's not
Miss-
you giving up.
It's
It's
not
the
even
man
giving
giving
up.
up.
Yeah,
Yes.
that because my
He suggested
the lady's
right.
parents are saying.
If people
blah,
have been
blah,
able
blah,
to
so
do
I
it,
was-
why can't you do it?
of course you can.
meow bro.
And you know you
can
can
do anything for love.
But what
So
we
that
are
one
saying
has
right
to-
now, I think it's about communication.
Exactly.
So it's
And
about how you
understanding.
communicate with your parents that they will understand. So do you think? I mean, it's important to communicate with.
What if they don't
Yeah.
understand?
Do you know your parents?
So
you get
it's-
to
or,
what
or
makes
even
you
let's
happy.
let's
It's
take the
about
parents
commitment.
aside. What about the family? What would your uncles and your aunties
So
think
it's
about?
still communication. How you
So
talk
you
to
are
your-
going to tell everybody that
No,
your husband has dreads?
How you
Or
talk to your mom? I mean, your mom or your dad about it. So
Yeah.
in case they
They'll
come and they
support
see
you.
you, just maybe say right to let it be.
Maybe I don't
Or
want, and
he-
that's
yes,
maybe.
or he's like that, but he's not this person.
Yeah.
it's fine.
understand?
Maybe you can use culture as a reference or something. So-
Culture.
Yes, some people have dreads. It's part of their culture. So you are the one who is supposed to explain to your parents that your husband's culture, they cannot be able to cut off their dreads. So this and that and that. Yeah.
All right, so let me ask this question. Can parental opinions about a child's partner change over time? And if so, what might lead to such changes?
So I would say love.
Hey.
Alright, see?
Yeah, one, love, and then two, understanding.
Yeah, communication. If there's
Yeah.
communication.
Yeah.
You said, would it change over time?
Yeah.
I would say
that's-
character.
Sometimes, yeah.
Because you can study, or your parents can say that this your husband, I feel like there's something bad about him, or they can be specific that he has this kind of bad thing, but you don't see because you are blinded by love. And then they'll be like, be careful. Then you later come and find out, and your affection towards him will just change.
But finally, you think your parents should choose somebody for you
No.
No.
as an adult?
No, no,
Like,
no, 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 no,
when
no.
you say, then your mom will say,
It's a
no,
no.
marry this. Maybe, sometimes, even when this Kuma would, sometimes they showcase like those stories, like they bring up those stories, like maybe a part where Ejako will say that no, men penny now far obawe, kweku men no bawe, like yene not nasa to now.
Those
So why
marriage
don't you?
end up? I
Yeah,
don't think
and it was
they were-
common back
happy.
then.
Yes.
Now it's not common. It's just a few that
It doesn't happen. It shouldn't
Yeah,
really happen.
yeah, it doesn't
Because
happen. Of
Those
late.
times they are not even compatible, but they just force them.
Yeah,
That's why.
and then they get
For
to-
family's sake.
And
I
then
know,
they
right?
are good to go, like nothing.
No,
happens.
no,
They are
sometimes
not good to
it's
go.
never good
That's
to
why
go.
they'll
So,
just accept it.
You
But
are
then
an
they are
adult.
just
Why
fine.
why can't you just stand up, like be on your feet?
You
and
know,
like,
back
no, I'm
then,
not
back
doing
then, you
then.
have no say when daddy says,
Exactly.
this
So
is
now
what I want
let's
for
talk
you.
about now.
Now you can't control me and tell me to go for someone I don't
Hey,
like.
coming from, let me say, a Christian
But it's
home.
happening somewhere.
Yes.
No, coming from a Christian home, but then parents now one way or the other understand their kids, and then
Not
you
all
can turn.
parents do.
Okay,
not
some. Let me
all
say some.
Yeah.
Some parents.
Because as we are
some-
here, someone's mother is working for marriage for her.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know the
Some
funny
of
thing. Sometimes when you bring somebody that maybe they said you shouldn't marry the person, and you insist, you see that your mom will be like, okay, and maybe your mom or your dad will go to. They will try to know a little bit about the person, and then they will go to maybe where he stays or something to start asking. I think that thing still exists here.
Oh yeah, that one is
Yeah.
normal.
Yeah.
It's for
normal.
your
It's like
own
you
good.
helping
Start
me
asking.
Yeah, it's for your own
Because
good.
let's say my partner is not hiding, but then I'm not realizing something, so I don't know some things because like all we do is we love each other, I love you too. So we are not digging into it and stuff. So
Yeah,
it's
it's
more
not
of
the
my
person.
But
mother
if
helping me.
you have concluded to get married to this person, you should know at least almost everything about the
So
person.
if you know and
And
think
that's why I
you
said
at
is
least,
right,
like, at
At
least.
You know everything that you get.
My-
people do
my
hide
mother
some
has
things
how-
and bring them out.
You can get to know someone along the way. Maybe like 10 years time before
Yeah,
you find out
yeah.
that
Realize something.
they
The
are
person
this.
does
You know
this.
everything.
Yeah.
But then you don't.
You know, let's see the rich men. Let me be specific. I'm not even going to say rich men. Let's say some husbands. They will be like they are in the Illuminati or they are occult people. You don't know because you are married to him. He has money. You are also blinded by all these material things.
He might have a secret room.
You are-
you
they
know,
all
you
have
know,
But you
all
be in
these
the
secret
same
lives.
room with the person.
Yes,
Yeah.
but you don't know
Yeah.
what he does to get his money.
You
You
find
will later
out
find
later.
out like in 20 years time, and then you'll be like, I shouldn't have married you. But you are here, you
And
are
do
spending the
you
money.
think it's even advisable to marry somebody that you don't know the kind of work that person is doing?
Or it's
But
not
because,
advisable.
because the person is, there are some people who will try to convince you.
Yes.
But
So
at least you
let's
must
say
know
this is what
something.
man
No,
this guy is talking
no,
about.
but it's not compulsory to know the source of my income.
Oh no! As
It's
your
not
partner, you must tell me at least. I work
Okay,
here.
what
That's
if
what
I have
do.
multiple jobs? I can
This
only
this
tell you
man
one.
told
Let
me
me know
And I'm
one
a
or
drug
two.
dealer. And I'm a drug
So let
dealer.
me know one or two at least is for something good.
Or-
He has been
or-
going to the office Monday to Friday, but then
You know-
he's doing
you know-
his
you know-
underwear. He can't tell. So
You
that
can
one-
classify
That's something
all
you can
these
find
bad
out.
things as I am a businessman.
of course.
Yeah.
I am
Yeah.
a businessman.
What are you
Drug
doing?
dealer.
What am I doing? I
Business
do a lot of
covers
things.
a lot of things.
Yes, so I do a lot of
But
things.
before you get married, you must know businessman. Specify.
Specify.
But
I'm
what
a
I just
businessman.
mentioned one.
Hey, you mentioned
I
one.
sell.
The one. If it's
I
good
sell.
to go, then you
so
saw what?
It is
I
good to
import
go, so
and
you don't care
export
about
cars.
others, right?
Okay,
You don't
you
care
know,
about it. And now that's my thing.
If it cuts across
Even
all
your
these things,
boyfriend, you should know the kind of job or the type of work the person is doing.
Yeah.
Look at the way they are killing the young ladies now.
I know,
They don't
right?
even know what the person is doing. They just, okay, I love you. I love
That
you
is
too.
the young ladies of today.
Yes, it's like everybody's chasing money.
Yeah.
Like this
I
person is rich, so
Even
why
you-
don't I
you-
go?
Recently,
Yeah, I'm
those
chasing money,
things
not
that.
like
I won't go for
relationship
poverty.
manager. Like I'm not as a relationship manager. It's like, okay, you love somebody. Definitely the person has to show something, like give me gifts and all
okay,
that.
give me
But-
gifts.
but-
I give you the gifts. You know, that time you won't be able to ask
Hey,
how you bought
maybe
it.
some of
It's
them.
not necessary. It's not
Maybe some of
compulsory.
them.
Yeah, the
That's
gifting is not
Yes,
compulsory.
Let's
Yeah,
say
I know
I'm
what.
dating my age mate. I am schooling, you schooling.
Schooling.
Okay,
You don't-
let's
I don't
carry on
expect
Well,
with
you know
it.
that,
Yeah,
man.
that is
Yeah,
it.
so as a normal
That
human
is
being,
it.
you should think that
Yes, that
You
is
get
it.
me?
person
That's
is
what
giving me
some
this
girls
and
are
what
failing to do. They are
Yeah.
refusing to think. They don't want to
No,
know.
I
Thank
think the
you.
person
That
is a
is it. You're not
It's a
thinking.
DB.
Yeah, that one too is there.
Some
If
DB
I get
is
the
a
money
money
from-
cow, not my money.
Ah, so he will give
My
it to you.
father's
Eh.
money.
That one too
So
is
that
there.
once you get to
Even
know
the
this
DB
person is a DB.
Uh-huh.
So you, if you don't
So
know the
if
person is a
what if I'm
DB,
hiding it?
You're hiding
oh,
what?
then I'll get to know
You know,
Yeah. You know,
I've not
Oh,
sent you
no,
home.
no,
You've
no.
not seen
It's like-
maybe the mansion I live in, or maybe I'm not even a DB. I just
There are
have
some
money,
little
or my
things that
family
you
just
see.
has
the
money.
generation is actually in a haste to be in a relationship. And I don't even understand what, I don't even know what they get in it.
It's love, eh?
no. Sometimes it's like
Charlie, bro,
that
listen,
one's
it's getting fun, interesting, and also entertaining. People, this is where time will permit us to end this today's episode. Make sure you follow us on all platforms at the Goofy House, and yes, like, subscribe, and tell us what you think in the comment section. I mean, share your opinion or your thoughts in the comment section. Let us also know what you think about the topic we discussed. My name is Miss AJ. See you next time. I love it.